In this tutorial, I will explain the 3 ways that Google integrates with Canvas and explain the differences between the 3. Depending on what you want to do as an instructor, you'll choose the one that works for your outcomes. So the very first integration I want to talk about is embedding a Google Doc, slideshow, or spreadsheet inside a Canvas page. You can embed this anytime you have the rich content editor. So that would be found in announcements, assignments, discussions, syllabus, quizzes, and pages. The reason you might want to embed a Google Doc is to give students access to something that you have in your Drive. For instance, I built this class on a Google Doc, this course outline, and then I went ahead and linked all of the mods inside of the Google Doc, and I linked all of the assignments inside of the Google Doc, so it's kind of a one-stop shop. This is what you want to do if you want to share information from a Google Doc, a Google Slideshow, or a spreadsheet. The way you would go about doing that is, first of all, you would create the document that you wanted to embed inside of your Google Drive. And so I've already created this course. If you just want students to view it and be able to access the links that you have put on the document, to make sure they only have view rights. If you don't change it to view only, they will be able to edit your document, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. So after you've copied your link, you could come into a new page and then name your page Canvas Basics 2. And from here, I'm going to click the down triangle, More External Tools, and I'll go to Google Apps. And from here, I can search for Canvas Basics course outline, and there I can find it. I either have the option to link it or embed it. In this case, I'm going to embed it, and it's going to authorize that. Because I changed the settings, I only have view rights to this. And then when I'm done, I'm just going to save and publish that. Let's say you were gathering information, and then I wanted everyone in my class to be able to edit that document because I wanted them to go in and fill in the spots that were open, and I wanted them to access that through Canvas. I would do that in a similar fashion, except I would make sure on that page, let's say this is the page I want to embed, I need to make sure I go to the share settings, and I need to go to advanced and make sure that specific that it says anyone with the link, and you could do anyone at WellDari4 with the link can edit. Once you embed this page into your Canvas page, it's going to give them the opportunity to come in and edit that. So I'm going to go to Pages. Oh, and I didn't save that, but that's okay. I'm going to leave that. I'm going to add a new page, and again, I'm going to call it what it is, Block Party Sign Up. And from here, I'll click External Tools, Google Apps, and it'll pull up my Google Drive. I can search for Block Party Sign, or let's just do Block Party Schedule, and then I'm going to embed it, and you'll see it just pulls it in just like it is. So if you make any changes on your Google Doc, it will reflect that inside of Canvas, which is really nice. So people can go ahead, because they have edit rights, they can come on in, and maybe they want to sign up for the third block party, so they can type their name in. And so your students would all be able to edit that. So a reason you might want to use this feature is maybe you're doing group collaboration and you want your whole class to take one slide on a slideshow. Well, you can just pop that in to Canvas and they'd all be able to get in right away. Or maybe fill out a table, or all get on the same document and add their thoughts. Maybe you're doing just a discussion thread and you want them all to be able to edit that inside of a document. So this is how you would do that. The second Google integration that I'd like to demonstrate today is within assignments. And this is the feature that people ask for when they say, well, Google Classroom allows me to make a copy for every one of my students, and then they're able to submit that. And that you can do that exact same thing inside of assignments, and I'll just demonstrate how to do that. So if you wanted your students to work inside of a template that you have created, I want to create it in my Drive, and then I would go into assignments and I can put the directions right here for Friday morning. Okay, so you can leave your instructions there. You can assign points. You can change how it's displayed. But the thing that we're getting at is you can click on the submission type, external tool. And from here, it's not very intuitive, but you'll want to come and click on find. And then we're going to look for a Google Docs Cloud assignment. And we're going to click that. And then again, that's going to connect to your Google Drive. And I think we called that test assignment. And there it is. Oh, assignment test. Okay. I'm going to just click there and submit that. And you can assign it to everyone. What's nice about this is you can just assign, like maybe you made a certain template for 5 of your students and you made a different template for the next 5 of your students. Maybe you're grouping them in some way. You can assign it to just those students that you want, or you can assign it to everyone. You'll need to put a due date. I think I said Friday. And then you'll need to save and publish. And then your students, this is what they'll see when they click on that assignment. It'll say load assignment 2 into test window. And it tells us right here that the embedded document is one that your teacher has created. You'll be able to edit that document. So if I'm a student, I can come in and say, yes, I'm able to edit. And then when I'm finished as a student, I'm going to go ahead and press submit. Now, as a teacher, I can look at my grade book and I could see the one that Curtis turned in was called the Google test, and this is the one I just turned in. If I want to look at that, I can go to the speed grader, and this is how it will appear. Yes, I'm able to edit. I can just go ahead and grade it with all of my grading tools and give it the score over here and move on from there. One thing I do want to show you, students have the option when they do this. Inside the gradebook, they have the option to submit more than once. So maybe you asked, maybe your feedback was please resubmit. I'll show you what that looks like is from the teacher end. Curtis did this for me earlier just so I had a demo, but he said, yes, I can, and more. So first he submitted at 11:37. Oh, right after one another. So the first one he said is yes, I can, and then he resubmitted right after that and added and more. And you can go ahead and submit that as a teacher and it'll go into your gradebook, which if you have it linked to IC, it will do grade pass back and it'll populate inside your IC course, which is super cool. So again, this assignments external tool is really our answer to Google Classroom being able to populate and make a copy for each student. But what I like about Canvas is you can assign that to just a certain group without having to create a whole different class for that group.